Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, peewees all over the world, welcome. What is this? Our fifth episode, I think.
Fifth or sixth.
Fifth or sixth, yeah.
Either
Fifth or
yeah,
sixth.
either sixth or seventh. I'm gonna be honest with you.
One of the two. Fifth or sixth. Obviously we missed a week. Um, Everybody decided to go on a trip. Uh, or, or they had. Oh, we were just caught up at work. One of the two, but we're back, better than ever. Um, Some of you might notice who's the person in the top left. That's Cornbread. He's making his monthly appearance. so,
Hey,
My quarterly check-in.
It's quarterly.
My quarterly check-in.
And if for those who are wondering where the heck Ryan is, what's he doing, Joey? You go ahead and say what's he doing.
Some kind of like beer drinking fest of a
No,
sort.
what
I
else?
don't know.
No, what's that code word for? What's that code word for?
Being an alcoholic.
No.
I was gonna say it's rich white talk for binge drinking with your homies.
Yep.
Beer fest.
Not even like he's with his homies though.
It's him and his wife.
He's with his family.
He's with his wife.
Oh my god.
So I got the over on over. So the over under on kids is at 0.5. I'm smashing the over. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. But I'm smashing the over. I already know how this going down. We gonna have to be sending gifts for a bridal for a baby shower. I'm gonna have to drive up there. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. But it's been 2 weeks. It's been a minute. A lot has happened in 2 weeks. I guess the more pressing topic we can talk about is we could talk about Colorado real quick.
Shut up.
yikes!
We could talk about
Yikes!
we could talk about Colorado. We could talk about
Just
America.
a little update. Is watching right now. Colorado's down 14-0, and they just fumbled. Oh, they gave him the ball back. They shouldn't have done that.
Well,
Oh, never mind. Doesn't matter because Shadur just threw a pick. So
well,
Well,
my
there's
team
that.
total's dead.
There's that. Team total is over.
There's that. Also,
There's that.
well, I guess that explains what's going on over there. What I wanted to open the show up with before we get into our main topic is who's America's cover team in the NFL this year?
Oh God.
Who's America's cover team? For those who don't know, America's cover team last year was the Texans. My pride and soul. They covered 2 plus 15.5 point spreads back to back. Even should have won both games if you want to be honest. But America's cover team is a team that sucks. But they cover. They cover no matter what. They always put a valiant performance to cover. And last year was the Texans. I think this year might be the Cardinals. But
Oh my God.
my boy Mar thinks it's someone else, so I'm gonna let him make his case.
It's the fucking Colts, man. It's the Colts. It's the Colts. It's the Colts, bruh. It's the Colts. They just beat Baltimore in overtime last Sunday.
With Uncle Rico at quarterback.
With Uncle Rico at quarterback? You mean to tell me? And they were underdogs by like 10 points.
Yeah, they were.
This is the second straight week that they were underdogs by 10 points, and they covered. Hello? With Uncle Rico at quarterback? Nothing gets worse than Uncle Rico at quarterback. Nothing gets worse.
He wins one game.
The Cardinals have Josh Dobbs as their quarterback, but nothing gets worse when you have Uncle Rico as your fucking quarterback.
He wins one game and says, "Oh, now I think Gardner Minshew should be a starter in the league." I'm like, "Oh, shut up."
I will say, to Gabe's point,
Damn.
who is 3-0 ATS? It's the Cardinals.
Bruh. It's the Colts, bruh.
Joey, who you think is America's cover team?
The Cardinals about to fall off a cliff in like the next.
Cardinals are
3
going to
weeks.
fall off. They're like I said, this week's going to be the week they're going to fall off because I think the Niners are going to rip one into them.
I think this is their.
Honestly, I didn't think about this, but just thinking about it now here, so far it is the Colts. I hate to say it, just going back.
Man, like Rico's at quarterback.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like Colts they don't got a bad defense. They just got a young offense.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think if the Cardinals cover this week, they're America's cover team.
Okay, I'll give you that. If they cover this week, then they're 100% for sure. I'll give you that.
They're America's cover team. Because this same conversation came up when I said the Texans were America's cover team last year. And what they do, coming back to that. Boy, those were fun times.
Jesus.
But I guess who was the 3 teams we were talking about for America's cover team? It was the Cardinals.
The Cardinals, the Colts, and
what's the 3rd team?
Texans. So last year,
it could be the Texans this year again too.
Hey, Stroud's looking like so far. It's still early, but so far Stroud's looking like that guy.
Here's the 4 teams that have yet to lose an ATS. We got the Rams 2-0-1 with a push. Miami's 3-0. Arizona's 3-0, and then Philadelphia 2-0-1.
America's cover team has to suck. You just named 3 good teams. Like they can't be good.
I mean the Rams, dog. All right, now we're gonna get into a whole nother thing, but no, I get what you're saying. Of those teams, who has the best ATS record and sucks, and is going to draft Caleb Williams this year? It's the Cardinals. So I remember you saying that earlier this year, or earlier this week. You're like Arizona's the cover team, and I was like, I didn't want to believe it, but I think you talked me on to it.
You want to know what it is too with the Cardinals? They have their offense isn't that bad. It's not that bad. It's just Josh Dobbs sucks. It's the quarterback just sucks. That's all it is.
Well, when is Tyler due back?
I don't know.
I don't even know.
I don't even know if he's gonna play. To be honest with you, I could see a situation where he doesn't even play this year at all.
They don't just eat that contract, do they? Come on.
I think when the time comes, they're gonna trade him, and then they're gonna try to work some number. They're gonna work some type of numbers out.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you, Josh Dobbs does not look half bad. For what you expect of Josh Dobbs, he's not half bad. Because they have the defense, somewhat. They have it. It's decent enough. They have the running back in James Conner. They have the bell cow. They have the receivers, somewhat. They got Zach Ertz at tight end. It's good enough. It's like buying off-brand cereal at Walmart. You know, that's what they're off-brand cereal at Walmart. That's all they are.
Or like soda. Yo, let me get Sprite. We can't afford Sprite, so we gotta get the lemon lime.
Let me get a Mountain Lightning, Mom.
Mar, you know those like off-brand cereals in the big bags at Walmart, the cereal aisle.
Yeah,
yeah, that's what the Cardinals are.
Yeah,
that's what the Cardinals are. But I mean, it's between those 3 teams right now. America's cover team last year wasn't picked till like week 8, so these are like the tryouts, you know. But I think it might be settled sooner than later. I want to have one by week 6. But I mean, while we're still in the NFL, what's one team that y'all think hasn't it's a disappointment this year?
Honestly,
or it could be a player too. Give me a team and a player.
Honestly, I thought since they made some good moves in the off season, I thought maybe they'd stay a little bit more competitive. Maybe not be a playoff team, but at least be competitive. But Chicago looks done. I thought, like I said, I wasn't expecting no like playoff push, but I thought maybe this would be like the 3rd-year jump for Justin Fields, and that team ain't it.
Not gonna lie.
I know, just even it's bad when he's coming out during live interviews. Man, I blame the front office. I blame the coaching staff. I'm like, look, to an extent, you can blame them for not properly building with you when you first got there, but they're not the one with the pads on. They're not the one throwing the ball. You at least got to take some sort of responsibility of how you're playing. But
I'm not gonna lie. When I heard that,
Yeah, who was the number? What number pick was he? Number 4?
I think he was a top
He's top 5 at least. I'll tell you what.
top 5, I think.
He came in with the same class as Trevor Lawrence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was number 3 then, because it went
because
3 straight.
Trey Lance got picked ahead of him.
Oh shit!
So it was Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, and then somewhere in the top. I'll say top 10 to be secure. Somewhere in the top 10, Justin Fields went.
I don't mean to interrupt.
And everyone was wondering why he fell.
USC is up 21-0. Caleb Williams.
Kentucky's up. Kentucky's up 16-0 in the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, Caleb Williams just threw a bomb. And Penn State is fighting for their lives right now.
That's hilarious.
No, they are not.
It's 3-3 in the second quarter.
They're fighting for their lives.
Oh my! I wish Ryan was here.
Don't worry, he gonna hear about it.
Oh yeah, he will.
Oh, he'll hear about it.
I'm tired of this dude talking about Penn State like they are something, dude. If they lose to Northwestern, I'm dancing on.
They shouldn't lose to Northwestern, but that should have been a cover. Like, bro, it's Northwestern. You should have won that game, but like
out this morning, minus 27, lock it in. That's like leave it. You don't need to worry.
That's a game where they should win by 40, but they're battling.
Hopefully they wake up in the second half. I'm gonna just go and say another team who's been really disappointing this year. I know they can't play a lick of defense, but still, the Vikings.
That's true.
Someone has to say it. Like,
yeah,
they've lost every game on some last-minute fluke nonsense. They should have won last week.
Oh, they should have.
Who they had week 2? I forgot who they was playing. I can't. Honestly, they should be at least.
They played Philly week 2.
Yeah, they played Philly.
Should
we won that game.
Should have probably beat y'all, to be honest.
They should have. They didn't stop fumbling the damn ball.
Y'all in that damn.
Jefferson fumbles in the red zone. Kirk Cousins fumbles. Freaking. You have that many turnovers, you ain't gonna win shit.
Should have beat the Bucks week 1.
That's true. Shootout with the Chargers.
Like if they don't win this week, it's.
Ouch. They don't win this week. I will take any type of bet that they will be getting calls for Kirk Cousins from somebody. They have to.
Yeah, they have to. And then get Justin Jefferson is just stuck there too. Like what? Like I don't know if anyone's been realizing he's been putting up 150 yards every week. His over/under on receiving is what is it at 105?
Yeah, usually it's.
It's at 105.
Yeah, it's usually in the hundreds.
It's at 105 now. I mean, who they play this week? I'm looking on my phone.
The Panthers, I think.
Panthers.
If they can't beat Carolina, then good God.
Boy,
like I know Carolina's defense, they got some pieces there, but like still like you got to beat Carolina because if they go out and lose this game, go 0-4, all hell is gonna break loose in Minnesota. It's not even in Minnesota, but still, like you really gotta be like, bro. All right, we got to trade Kirk Cousins. We got to rebuild. We got to pretty much enter the tanking of Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. Didn't Justin Jefferson just sign a big contract over there or no?
I think he did.
I think so.
Oh yeah, he stuck. He on that death row record then.
He's stuck there for a minute.
Yeah.
Like it's not like they have bad pieces, really. Just their defense. They lost a lot on their defense. Like they got young guys on defense that need to build and grow. Just when you have that much youth going back, especially in the secondary, It's going to take time.
It's gonna take time.
But they have no pass rush.
They have no pass. They really don't. They really
They
don't.
they brought in Davenport, but Davenport, I know he's been hurt. Danielle Hunter is one lonely ass brother trying to get some sacks. You get double teamed, you ain't doing shit. Oh my God, Northwestern's up 10-3.
What?
What?
I swear on my life, they're up 10-3.
Oh no.
Bro, I'll say this right now. It's not gonna. I still don't think it's gonna happen. But if Penn State loses to Northwestern, we may not see Ryan for a good minute. And I talk to Ryan almost every day, but we may not see him for a good minute.
I told that man he better show up tomorrow for Moneymaker Sunday. He must answer.
I'll tell you right now, if they lose to Northwestern, we ain't gonna see that man.
Mar, what's one team or player that's really disappointed you this year?
Mr. Marr.
What happened?
What is one NFL team or player that's disappointed you this year? So far.
Man. Damn. That's a really good one.
There's so many you can say too.
Yeah, you
so
can name
many
so
I
many.
can say. So many I can say. I just don't know. It will more than likely.
I do have another one, but I think
it would
this
have
is
to
gonna be a
be the
rebound.
Falcons. And now, and this is why I say the Falcons, because last Sunday when they played the Lions, Bijan Robinson only carried the ball 10 times. Actually,
That's unacceptable.
He only touched the ball a total of 13 times
Unacceptable.
last Sunday. He had 10 carries and then 3 catches. Me personally, if you have a running back that you wasted, now I'm not going to say wasted, but if you have a running back that you spent your top 10 pick on, why is he not touching the ball more than 13 times?
Exactly.
I get that you're trying to split the carry, you're trying to split the load between him and Algier, but this is your top 10 pick right here.
The generational running back.
Because if anything, I'm going to be real with you. Because if anything, they didn't have to go Bijan because they still had Cordell and then they had Algier. They didn't have to go. They didn't have to go Bijan.
You had the receiver
Mm-hmm.
and you had the power.
I'm honestly shocked they didn't go Jalen Carter.
That's my point. They didn't have to go Bijan. They had all the time in the world. They had literally every chance possible to go anybody else other than Bijan.
Well, and the issue too is Algier was like steadily 1,000-yard rusher last year
As a rookie.
Exactly, as a rookie.
He's not a bum by any means. So why would you feel the pressure to take Bijan? Yeah, he is great. He's been, amazing in college, but if you got Algier already, address another need. Jalen Carter is disgusting this year.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to, you got a top 10 pick. As much as I don't mind picking a running back top 10, especially when we're talking about Bijan Robinson, but we have to look at what we need as a team.
Mm-hmm.
What we desperately need as a team. And if anything, they need to beef up that D line.
Yep.
Or beef up that O line, because Desmond Ridder was getting sacked. He got sacked at least 5 times last Sunday.
Well, and if you feel the pressure to have to take him at that spot, why not shop the pick? Why not shop the pick? If the Lions were obviously targeting Jahmyr Gibbs, who's to say they wouldn't try and go and make a deal to get up to Bijan? Don't just take a pick because that's the guy that you should be taking right there, or that's like the next best. Like, you're an NFL football team. You're not looking at the ESPN draft thing that just tells you who should be picked next. Like, Mel Kiper doesn't know shit.
Colorado's on the board now.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
I'm gonna just say one thing about I hate when rookies go into running back committees because I called it out from the
Mm-hmm.
jump. I called it out from the jump especially when I heard rumors that he had issues with pass blocking. I was like, yeah, it's gonna be quiet. He's and especially realistically speaking, they're kind of all on the same level, but they all bring different facets. You see what I mean? So when you have something like that, obviously you have to keep all of them engaged. But it just sucks for his development because running backs, they're they're like they get better over time. You have to continue including them in the game. Honestly, there's so many glaring holes that they could have won with. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, I know last year wasn't the best year for quarterbacks, but
No.
they could have legit, even if they was like, you know what, let's trade down. There was some decent quarterbacks that went later on in the draft that they could have possibly, or they could have possibly used that pick to shop around, try to get Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud. I think that's what they really needed more than anything. I think they need a quarterback because the defense is
I
there.
still think they regret because I'm not gonna lie to you. They could have paired up Grady Jarrett with Jalen Carter. That would have been absolutely filthy.
Or you could have went Jalen Carter, got some guy in the second round, or been like, you know what? Or because when did Desmond Ritter get picked?
Third round, I think.
Third round.
Second, third
Yeah,
round.
Yeah.
third round.
If that was the route you wanted to go, or be like, you know what? Let's pick Jalen Carter, and let's be for real. They're not making the playoffs. This class right here is pretty much stacked with quarterbacks.
Oh God, yeah,
It's
easily.
easily. Even if you miss out on top tier quarterbacks, there's a good quarterback class there. You could have made
This is one of the deepest I can remember.
you could have made some moves anyway if you really wanted to move up for next year. You see what I mean? That's another thing I don't understand. You know, it's another draft pick that didn't make sense. Now I'm looking back on it. Jameer
Hmm.
Gibbs and the Lions. That makes
Yeah,
no.
so far he's definitely not getting used like I thought.
That's not making no sense at all. Because you're signing.
But David Montgomery is. It's not like he's washed.
No, he's
Like
never washed, but once I knew they got Montgomery, I'm like, none against Gibbs. I had a first round grade on him. You don't, you know, spend a pick on that when you just paid Montgomery. And you could have been like, okay, we're gonna up more on our defense.
I'm
Like
I'm
their
in
O line straight. Or they could have got another receiver to play with Amara.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm in the camp of if you're going to draft someone in the first round, you better be playing them every snap as much as you can. Unless
Mm-hmm.
it's a quarterback and you're letting them sit for the whole year. Or you're letting them sit
That's
for part.
understandable.
Oh, no, that's the only position. Everybody else, they have to play. I've never seen a running back getting better just watching other people play. Never. Never. So for me, it's just like a lot of these teams. I feel like they just took talent and they're thinking a year or two ahead, which is fine. But this class here, obviously, this class was okay, but next year's was even better. So obviously, I mean, that's just teams doing very dumb stuff in general, but that's not nothing new. But yeah. I mean, I don't know. You know who's another team that's also disappointing me this year as well, and no one seems to bring it up as well. The Jaguars. The Jaguars.
Yeah.
They haven't looked good at all. I mean, they got the Falcons early in the crack of dawn tomorrow at 9:30, but they ain't look too good.
London.
They ain't look too good either. But I mean, we'll save this NFL talk for tomorrow. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, today we're gonna play a little game called Overrated, Underrated, and Just Rated. So I have some names here of athletes from various sports, um, major sports, you name it, UFC, the fight game, everything. So we're just gonna go through this list. Got like 6 names. We're just gonna talk about it. That sounds good. That sounds cool with y'all.
Yeah,
All right. So the first name I'm going to say here is Conor McGregor.
I think he's properly rated. Like, yes, during his weight class, he was the goat. Before, when he went up, then he tried to get his 2 titles. And I know reason why I say he's properly rated. I respect everyone that he decides to fight because he's always looking for a challenge. He fought Poirier after he beat him at 145, went up to 155. Poirier got him and won, and then in that trilogy fight, he broke his ankle. That sucks. One thing I do like about Connor, he can market. He knows how to work the mic. He knows how to sell money. So I think he's properly rated.
Mar.
Um, I feel like for the sole fact that I feel like he retires right now from the sport, he's easily a first ballot Hall of Famer. Just based off of what he's accomplished, based off of what he's done. And you know what's crazy? I don't even want to just talk about the sport, the aspect of it. Turn into a legitimate businessman, like entrepreneur. The man's a billionaire now, bro. This man has literally changed the game forever. Cause it gives because a lot of fighters, when you see a lot of fighters are not, on the business aspect of things. It's strictly just fighting and that's it. But Conor McGregor has explored that business side. So now these fighters could eventually branch out into that business side if they considered retirement. Because the thing is, Conor McGregor has accomplished a lot to the point where he could retire right now if he wanted to.
He could.
So I feel like he'd be properly rated. I definitely feel like he'd be properly rated.
For me personally, I think he's I think he's slightly underrated, but I think part of that plays to recency bias. For those, a lot of UFC fighters or MMA fighters in general, Joey can attest to this as well. A lot of them just
Yep.
focus on fighting. A lot of them don't. They just want to fight. They're more known to the hardcore, the people who watch week in week out, the people who watch fight nights. Like me, me, Joey. I know Mar, he might catch a fight night here or there, but for the most part, a lot of MMA fighters they just want to be known in the fighting community. This man here, he's one of the people that transcends the sport. In his prime, probably one of the most greatest fighters that we will ever watch. Um, wasn't he the first two division champ in UFC history? I'm
I
pretty.
don't know about.
I'm.
I
Pre-
think BJ Penn was.
I don't. I think he might have been in the in the modern era. That's what
Modern era, I want to say he was.
I want. I
At
think.
least, the 2000 era, because I know Couture was like 205 in heavyweight. I know GSP got his like when he beat Bisbing, he won the middleweight, but he didn't even defend the title. He won it just for a money fight. BJ Penn, I know he won 2 titles. But our new modern day, until we saw like John Jones do it or Daniel Cormier, another one. But I think Connor was the most, the first one at least in the modern when he came in as a star.
Right. This man is the reason why the UFC is what it is today. Uh, Honestly, well, a lot of us are young, for the most part. Conor McGregor is probably the reason a lot of us fell in love with this sport. Like we knew about it, but it's him that made us fell in love with it. Um, I remember when I was younger, he in his prime, like I would like find every way possible to watch him fight. Even if let's say I had a game that day or I had practice, like I got home late, I would find a way to watch. he is much CTV. He sells out arenas. Everyone pays attention to him. He's probably the most popular MMA fighter of in our generation at least. But I feel like a lot of this being slightly underrated in my eyes is due to the fact that he's kind of got his behind whooped a couple times. I ain't gonna lie. Towards in this after that Floyd Mayweather fight, got manhandled by Khabib,
which everyone expected.
which everyone expected. Nobody expected him, but I will sit here and say Conor is the only one that's came close to beating him. That's actually put up a half decent fight. I'll give him that.
The only one I can remember, the last person I know that actually rocked Khabib was Gaethje.
Right.
But once Khabib's like, all right, man, I know what I gotta do. Took Gaethje's back and put him unconscious.
Yeah.
But besides that, that's Conor definitely had some moments in that fight, though.
Right. He's he just who he is. Like, obviously, I mean, I know he beat Cowboy.
Unfortunately,
everyone expected that. Poirier, he got caught, and then I don't count that last time he fought Poirier where he broke his leg. That was he was on track to win that one too, but I think recency bias plays a lot into the fact that people think he's overrated, he's this, he's that. But I'm in the camp of an old wash Conor McGregor is still top 5 in the division, and that's saying something. So for me, he's slightly underrated, but I think more of that plays into the role of just what he's done lately, type of thing. Is Cornbread still here, or I don't know if he's with his kid?
Yeah, no, I'm still here. I wouldn't even call myself a casual MMA watcher. So I just didn't chime in at all because honestly, I don't know shit about MMA or fighting or anything. Like hit me up with college basketball ones.
Honestly, this next athlete I'm gonna name, he causes a lot of debates, for me at least. James Harden. Anybody?
Oh,
Mar, you go first on that one.
this is a very good one. Now it depends. It depends on which James Harden we're talking about. If we're talking about Houston James Harden, if we're talking about Brooklyn James Harden, if we're talking about Philly James Harden, which one are we talking about here?
I'm gonna just say in general for this one.
Okay.
Just say in general for this one.
I feel like I'm gonna say he's underrated. Now, here's why I say that. I say he's underrated for the sole fact that a lot of people tend to forget that James Harden at one point went a whole month averaging 45, 50 points a game. I don't know if y'all remember that. But at one point, James Harden, when he's a number one scoring option, the man puts up video game type numbers.
Damn near walking triple double.
Single time. When he's a number one scoring option.
We've had him in both settings where he is the scoring option or he is the leader of the team. Then we've also had him play with, like, when he was in Brooklyn with Kyrie and Kevin Durant. I feel like he's just very underwhelming in any situation because look at the Rockets. He led the Rockets pretty well, but he never got to the top. And I think that's where everyone calls him overrated. Is like, if you were this good of a player, you should have had a ring by now. And he's had so many opportunities, built different squads around him that are going to elevate his game. and he still can't get the job done.
I'm gonna make a quick point on
It doesn't
that.
matter if he's dropping 45 or 50. I mean, you could drop 45 or 50 all the time, but if you don't get it done in the playoffs, like this is going to be the first year we get regular season champ, I guess, you know. But before the start of the in-season playoff tournament, like nothing really matters if you're the scoring champ, if you're not getting rings, if you're not leading your team into conference finals.
So what is Carmelo Anthony then?
Carmelo Anthony is a good scorer, and I think that he will be in the Hall of Very Good. I don't think he's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
What? Hold on.
What is Karl Malone?
I'm gonna stop you right there.
Because I need people to realize that there's a lot of people that are potential Hall of Famers that don't have a ring. What is Karl Malone? He doesn't have a ring. What is John Stockton? He doesn't have a ring. What is Tracy McGrady? He doesn't have a ring.
But I
Like,
hold on.
Take
Before
that.
y'all continue, did you just say that Carmelo Anthony is not a Hall of Famer?
I'll be honest with you. I believe so. I will be shocked.
Oh shit!
I don't. I'm keeping
listen,
it real
bro.
with you, though. I'm keeping it
Come
real
on,
with you.
bro.
Okay?
Come on, dog.
No, don't do this.
Come on, bro.
Listen, that man is probably the greatest Knicks scorer since Bernard King.
Do you know? Does anybody know?
Who's
I
Bernard?
have a proposition for everybody that watches this, listens to this episode. Look up who Bernard King is, and look at the last time he played a game of basketball, and tell me if the statement that Gabe just said is true or false. Because I promise you, it's fucking true.
It's true. He's the greatest scorer to ever play in the Garden since Bernard King. This man, like, yes, he doesn't have a ring. We could say that about so many players here, but I mean, I don't know how much Olympic medals weigh in gold, but I guess you could consider that conversation. He's probably one of the greatest scorers of our lifetime. He's been a walking.
And you know what? I'm not debating that. I promise you, I'm not debating that. But what I'm saying is, in my personal opinion, I think he's overrated because every single year when he's moved on to new teams and everyone's thinking, oh, this team's going to go far, guess what happens? They don't. And this guy could be lets his ego get in the way. What are you gonna do? Like, look at what didn't he just go to China like a month ago and was basically just saying the front office is trash? Like, come on.
This is why you have to build around your superstars, though. I think people fail to realize that this is not just an individual sport. This is very much a team sport. It's a team sport, but here's the thing. Yes, LeBron James, for example. LeBron James is great at what he does. If you take away the teams that he had when he won those championships, I guarantee you LeBron James will not have a single fucking championship in his career. Look at that Miami Heat team. D Wade, Chris Bosh. He had Mike Miller. He had a lot. Ray Allen. He had a supporting cast around him every time he won a ring. This is not an individual sport. This has never been an individual sport.
But is that to say that every cast that's been around Harden hasn't been good enough to, like, hasn't been on paper good enough?
Only two of them have. Only two.
All right, in Philly, he literally has the reigning MVP, Embiid.
That doesn't mean anything.
Hold on, I'm gonna let Joey step in on this. Hold on. Let Joey get his point. Joey, you there?
That doesn't mean anything.
As a Phillies fan, I want to hear it from Joey. Yeah.
As a Sixers fan, please tell me.
So, like I said, when you get rid of Harden's head and ego, because that man definitely has one. Clearly, you can see, especially what's going on right now. But when he's on, in shape, ready to play, he's still a top 10 to 15 player in the league. And he can score whenever, he can facilitate. He was really never really too known for defense, but like I said, that man on a good night could average mid-20s in points with 8 to 9 assists. But like I said, what people also look at when you're titled as a star is your overall playoff success, which I do agree with. It's not the greatest. I hate to say it. It's really not the greatest, no matter where he's been.
Right.
So that's the only thing that people can really put on him. Oh, regular season, he's easily one of the top players. Playoffs, he tries to do what he can do, but like I said, to me, I can't really fully give him all that playoff shit because it's a team sport. If it was individual, like tennis or golf or any of that shit,
Right.
if you don't show up doing any overall competitiveness, that's a different story. But when you have another 4 people on the floor with you that needs to step up, like, it's kind of hard.
James Harden never really had the cast.
No.
He never really had the cast. Never.
Look at the efficiency on the high volume that he had when they were eliminated this year. It wasn't like he needed to be the team facilitator. You bring Harden in to drop 30 a game, and you bring him in to lift your team throughout the playoffs, and he played like straight dog ass, dude.
He played like what?
Tell me I'm wrong.
He played like what?
Check the stats.
Okay. First off, who do they play in that first series? Can I please know who they play in that first series? Please, somebody tell me. Who did Philly play in the playoffs this past season? Please tell me.
Was it Boston? Which we never had any type of success with?
We are talking about...
And Boston's deep.
We're talking about one of the best defensive teams in the league.
Mm-hmm.
He played like shit. Everybody's going to play like shit against Boston. Hello? Like, do we not remember what Boston is? Do we not remember what Boston has? You have one of the best perimeter players in Jason Tatum. You have one of the best perimeter players in the league.
I'm dying on this hill.
Well, you're going to die on this hill alone. You have one of the best perimeter players in the league in Jason Tatum. You have a threat in Jaylen Brown. You had Marcus Smart, who was playing lockdown defense, who was mainly on James Harden 90% of the time. You had Robert Williams in the paint. Mind you, Philly had no Embiid. No Embiid for a majority of that series. No Embiid. So we're going to sit here and say James Harden played like dog shit? But look at what he had to go against. Was just Tyrese Maxey by himself? And who else? Tobias Harris? Who barely puts up 15, puts up 15 a game? Tobias Harris? This is what I'm talking about. James Harden has never really had a good supporting cast. When he was in Houston, who's the best player he played with in Houston? Chris Paul?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Chris.
Eric Gordon.
What? Eric Gordon? Eric Gordon? Eric Gordon? That was what it... No, stop it. He went to Brooklyn. Okay, they had KD, they had Kyrie, they had Blake Griffin, they had LaMarcus Aldridge. I get it. But where was their bench? Worked. Did they have a bench? No, they didn't have a bench. No. Their bench did not produce.
When you're only like 6 deep, you're not going to compete shit.
Their bench doesn't. Their bench at the time did not produce anything.
That's why basketball
for them to win games. For them to win games, their starting five had to score majority of the points. That's not a good thing when it comes to basketball. When your starting five has to score majority of your team's points in order to even win a game or keep a game close, that's not a good supporting cast. I don't care what nobody says. Now in Philly, he has Joel Embiid, he has Tyrese Maxey, but who else is on that team?
Really, nobody.
That he can depend on. No one. Please say, but he was still putting up 20, 10, and 10 with the people that he did have.
So pretty much, if our starting lineup wasn't able to put up over like 110, there was a good chance that it was close enough we were going to lose.
Bro, like I said, if you take
apologize,
away
boys.
the
I'm pulling
supporting
up.
cast, if you take away the supporting cast that LeBron James had in all 4 of those rings that he won, he would not have a single ring. Look at the 2007 NBA Finals when he went to the finals with Larry Hughes, Ilgauskas, and Darius Miles and Eric Snow on that team. And guess
And
what?
Booby Gibson.
And Bobby Gibson. Guess what? And Delonte West. And guess what? He did
Anderson
not win a
Varejao.
ring that year. When you put you put a good supporting cast around your star player, you were expected to produce wins and produce championships, which is why the Nuggets are the NBA champions as of right now. They
Mm-hmm.
have a
Okay,
supporting cast that is
hold
able
up,
to
hold
put
up.
up numbers. What are you about to say now? I
No. What I'm
dare
saying,
you.
I'm about to lose service because I'm driving out into the boonies of Wyoming. I'm about to pull up to my in-laws now. I concede it. I'm not gonna say that he's underrated, but I am to accept what media hate that comes with playoff wins and things as such. That being said, screw you, Gabe. I saw what you tweeted, and I will catch you boys on the flip.
All right.
I'll catch you boys on the flip.
All right.
Okay.
I'll see you later, Cornbread. Thanks for popping in.
All right,
We'll
bro.
talk later.
Yep.
We'll talk later.
All right. And
Uh,
also, Mar, we'll continue this in VC. We'll continue this in
bruh.
VC.
Uh, like, come on, G. We're talking about James Harden with the reigning MVP Joel Embiid, who was hurt, and then Tyrese Maxey. It's not a lot Tyrese Maxey can do.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot.
Oh,
He's not going for 45 every game. He's not going for 30 every game.
oh man.
That's why
My
I've been
point.
praying for years, especially with all this Harden drama shit and that he's not reporting to camp, which I was expecting either freaking way. And then after all the Harden drama, Embiid apparently at one point got rid of all Philly stuff on his Twitter. Only thing I'm gonna say is like I think Maxi can be a great piece, but I think they just need to rebuild. Trade Harden, trade Embiid, trade Harris, and restructure that fucking team. They need to. So I'm sorry, like the team they got now, let's say they squash the beef. Harden comes back. At best, I think Philly's between a 4 to 6 seed on some real shit. And that's just me going off their main 5. And they got like
And according to NBA casuals, that's not a good thing when you have 2 reigning MVPs on your team, apparently.
no.
Like, bro, we have to keep it realistic here. James Harden has never really had a true supporting cast around him, which is why he never really succeeded that well in the postseason. The only good supporting cast that he's ever received, that he's ever been a part of, was Brooklyn. But guess what? They didn't have a bench because they had to get rid of everybody to even get Kevin Durant, to even get Kyrie Irving, to even get James Harden, to get Blake Griffin, who was on his last leg, and to even get LaMarcus Aldridge, who retired that same season.
Oh my god.
But Lamar, can you imagine? Because you think about this, could you imagine if the Thunder never really gave up on Russ, Durant, and Harden? Because they drafted all
That
3.
team that team was going to win a
They were young.
championship.
Yeah, they were young. Don't get me wrong, but like I said, you just got to believe in your youth and let them build. But if they never gave up on them, and especially when they brought in also Serge Ibaka,
That team was going to win a championship
yeah.
eventually.
But Harden, their plan was they didn't want to be a 6-man no more, which respectable. But still, if they never gave up and then they used all three, or even all 4 properly, that's filthy.
I'm not gonna lie. He lost me when he said Carmelo Anthony wasn't a Hall of Famer. He lost me at that.
Yeah, that's horseshit.
That's a bunch of crap. I ain't gonna lie.
Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Cornbread, we love you, but that was crazy. Going into NFL, this name has been thrown around in top 5 wide receivers of the league. I don't know how. I don't think he's that good. I think he's just I think him and Josh Allen share the same bed, and I think he has
Oh
some,
hell.
I think he has some dirt on Josh Allen. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Stephon Diggs. Can I say
He's
it?
not top 5.
Can I say it? Can I start this off?
But
He's overrated.
very overrated. He's
Very.
not top 5.
No.
I can name 5 receivers better than Stephon Diggs
Oh
right
yeah.
now.
I'm gonna just start off right.
Like he's a smooth route runner. I'll give him that. He's a smooth route
Hell,
runner.
I could really name 10.
Yeah, if I really went down a list and started writing down,
If you give me the list of receivers that are in the league right now, I can name 10 better than Stephon Diggs off rip.
mm-hmm.
CD Lamb,
CD.
because we
Yep.
can really talk about it. CD Lamb, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Mike Evans. Yes,
AJ Brown.
I don't care what nobody says. Mike Evans is a better receiver than Stephon Diggs. Mike Evans is currently sitting on 9 straight seasons since he's been in the league with 1,000 receiving yards or more. And you've seen who his quarterbacks have been those 9 seasons.
You throw Keenan Allen in there. I think
CD Lamb,
CD.
Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Mike Evans, Keenan Allen, AJ Brown.
AJ Brown. Tyreek.
Hell,
Tyreek Hill,
Tyreek,
Devontae Adams.
Devontae, Cooper Kupp.
Cup.
I don't care what nobody says. He's better. Cooper Kupp's better than Stephon Diggs. I don't care.
Keenan Allen, you said. Yeah.
We got 9.
And
I know
what's his damn name?
I know another
blanking.
name I'll take over him. I'll take
Amon-Ra.
fucking Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yes.
That's a bad
Yes.
motherfucker.
Yes.
That's a bad
Yes.
boy.
Yes.
I'm not
Yes.
Gonna, I even
I'm
take,
on wrong. Yes.
I take T Higgins over him. I take
Yes. Yes.
Debo.
Debo.
Yes. That's 12. That's 12.
Did I mention AJ Brown already?
Yes.
We did mention AJ.
Okay, this one might be close. Some will say yes, some will no. Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
That's close. I'd say that Diggs has more success right now, but Oh, I got one for you. This is cringe because I'll personally pick him over. How about my man, fucking Calvin Ridley? It's close, but Ridley's a bad boy too.
Calvin Ridley is one of the nastiest receivers I've ever watched. For the sole fact, if you've seen who his quarterbacks have been, and I'm not even saying that as a bad thing, because Matt Ryan was definitely an okay quarterback.
Yep.
Trevor Lawrence is still developing, so I'll give him that credit. But Calvin Ridley's route running is so smooth, it's so efficient, his hands are solid. Calvin Ridley is a great receiver.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
And another one I can think of, I think he's one of the more underrated wide receivers. Because when he had good QB play, this man was a fucking problem. I still fuck with Amari Cooper.
You wanna know the crazy?
That could be just me, but I fuck with Amari Cooper.
You wanna know the crazy thing? Someone tried to tell me he's the best route runner in the league, and I want
Who, Diggs?
Yes.
He's up there. If you go up just pure route running, I can guarantee I can come up with a top 10 list and he'll be in the top 10 or 12.
He would. I get it.
His route running's filthy.
His route running is filthy. Someone tried to tell me that he has better route running than Justin Jefferson. And
No chance in hell.
No.
No chance in hell. Not even close.
And I don't even think Justin Jefferson the best route runner in the league. He's number 2.
Who better than you? Who?
You don't think Jamar Chase is a better route runner than?
Fuck no.
What?
No.
He's
No,
faster than him. That's about it.
I don't.
He's
I'd still take
faster
Jeff.
than him.
I think Justin Jefferson.
Another guy I would take and is similar because I've seen this man run every goddamn route on the man. I would even take Tyreek Hill route running over Jamar Chase. Hill can run any goddamn route you fucking want.
The man runs a 4.2. Oh, I would hope so.
I'm just saying, even without the speed, that man makes every goddamn route look so fucking smooth.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, but yeah, I don't know. For me, when it comes to Diggs, I'm not saying he's horrible. I'm not.
No, he's not.
He's not. I just think he's I think he got some very top secret information on Josh Allen, and he honestly just gets the ball a lot. I think he's what we call a volume player. He's like the Clint Capella of the league. He's always there. He's always there. You know how Clint Capella always cleans up the board? He's always getting a rebound. That's what he is. That's what he is in my eyes. I don't. He's not the best route runner. I don't even. I think he's top 10. I'll give him that. He's top 10. I even then I think he's like top 15 route running. You know what it is? I think he's just very physical. That's what it is. And he knows how to use his physicality to a T. But yeah, I think he's very overrated. Very much so.
I can agree with that.
Very much so. Another name. We're gonna go into the realm of baseball. This is very interesting. This is very interesting. I personally, can we talk about this person? I'm gonna bring him up. Because he's been called the best player in the league for so many years. But I think he's starting to be. I think he's over it. I think he's slightly overrated. Mike Trout.
No.
Injuries kill him, bro. Every
Highly rated.
fucking year.
Properly rated.
He's properly.
Because when Mike Trout is healthy,
he's MVP form when he's healthy.
Exactly.
Every
so
damn.
That's not even close. Not even close.
Only thing I'll say, people say is like, oh, people think, overrated because you can't stay healthy. If you go by injury concerns, I can't debate that because he does miss some good portion of games. But when that man's healthy, he's a bad boy. He doesn't let many balls get past on the plate.
Pause.
Yeah, no, I said what I said. Ain't no pause. Ain't no pause action on that one.
Pause.
He does not get struck out a lot. He finds contact on the ball. Even if he does get out, he's a guy that will always find contact on the ball. Now, I'll say he's properly related.
I don't like how I just shut that down in 2 seconds.
Hey.
I like it. No question. Another baseball player we're going to bring up. I may have said he's the best first baseman in the league.
Overrated.
Are you about to say? Oh, God, I already know you're about to say.
Overrated.
Pete Alonso.
Overrated. Please.
A wannabe Jim Thome.
Oh, stop it.
Damn. Damn. All right. Damn.
Except Jim Thome had better contact on the ball.
Damn.
That's over.
No, that is actually true.
Because, like I said, there were games where Jim Thome didn't hit home runs, but he still went like 2 for 4 or 3 for 5. If Alonso ain't getting no home run, only thing he's getting is a home run or a basic single. He's not getting shit. He reaches for outside strikes, outside balls. Either way, the way I would have said that shit would have came in. Hold up, pause. But yeah, he reaches for the ball. Like, don't get me wrong, when he's on a hitting streak, you're gonna see him within. Let's say I go 10 games. If he's on a good hitting streak, you might see him hit 8 home runs in 10 games, maybe 9 when he's on. But when he's off, he's a good fielder. But when his bat is off, it's terrible. Because there's times when his bat's off, he doesn't want to be there.
But besides, Freddie Freeman and Matt Olson clears.
Yep. That's the 1A, 1B for first basemen for me. People can make their arguments about those two. If you told me I had to make a list, Alonso would be on my list. Was he number 1? Hell no. He is one of the better power hitters in baseball. I'll give him credit for that. Because, when he gets a clean hit on that ball, it's going to stay in the sky for a good minute.
Me personally, um, I'll give y'all it. He is slightly overrated. I don't say he's completely overrated, but I'll give y'all the slightly overrated. Um, I think honestly, you take away his power, he doesn't really bring much. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up playing DH.
That wouldn't shock me.
That wouldn't shock me either, but I definitely see
Maybe for another team.
if I another team. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not on the Mets next year. Yeah, he told me he's
And
not.
I'm not just saying it because you're a Mets fan, but that's someone, with his window of playing ability, he needs to go to another team if he's attempting to try to win a ring.
Sure does.
Hmm. Like another team I would hate to see him go to, but especially if he wants to just do that pure DH role or times where they swap guys. Could you just imagine if he went to the Dodgers and him and fucking Freeman took turns playing first and DH?
I wouldn't. Mm. I don't think he's an LA. I don't think he's an LA
He
guy.
may not be, but if that man sees money and potential winning quality, shoot, it don't take someone long to change their mindset.
I'm not gonna lie. He seems like one of those good old country bumpkins that just sit in the countryside. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie at all, but don't mind me eating this orange. Don't mind.
I honestly thought that was a donut.
You have another name, Gabe? Because I'm gonna give my 2 cents and I'm gonna hop in the shower.
um, nah, that's about it. Really, I was just trying to keep this short, but
Yeah.
I got my clip for the day out of that whole conversation.
Definitely, 100%.
So I mean, I'm good. I mean, we've been recording since like, what was it 12:30?
Yeah.
Was it hour
Yeah.
15? I guess before we wrap this up, we could talk about fantasy football. How's that going? So obviously, what is this? Our fourth week of fantasy football.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
what is? Let's just talk about how we all feeling going into because we're almost halfway through, 3 more weeks through before playoffs, before we get to week 7. Um,
I
how y'all feeling about the league?
I feel good. I got a win last week, but now we're about to turn up because David Montgomery just got me 34 points on Thursday night. So, but other than that, first 2 weeks was a little feel out because it was the first 2 weeks of the season. I didn't really expect much, but now that I know what I'm looking for, everything's good.
And I would have to say for me, one thing I can only hope is my players keep drinking some milk, get their proper stretches in. And for the love of the good Lord, please stop getting hurt.
Literally.
My team's been hurt. I I think every week I've at least had average one injury in my starting lineup.
Yeah.
Like this week, it was Luke Musgrave. He had a perfect, ideal matchup to have a decent, successful day. And then in the first half, he gets hurt. So, me, it's just injuries. If they, stay healthy, then, still plenty of football left. Then maybe my team can redeem themselves with that. Besides that, the league's been smooth and fun. Plenty of football left. I think it's going to get crazy.
About
How
to,
about you, Gabe?
about to go hop in the shower.
Word.
Um,
Handle business, Gabe.
for me, the league, it's been pretty good. 2-1. I play you this week, right, Joey?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about to go. We'll see how that goes, but I think it's going pretty. It's going pretty well. So I'm just hoping.
Yes, it is.
I'm just hoping it keeps going. I wish Ryan was here so he could talk about how he's been losing to a player on Monday night for the past 3 weeks, but
This is cheese rolls.
but I mean,
Those other ones do not have cheese in it, and I can guarantee
it's
you
been going
that
good.
is the cheese roll.
But we'll see how it goes.
Don't take the tape off the back.
You got anything else you want to say, Joey?
And there's a hole. So
Just I think fantasy's gonna really start getting interesting coming up. We're almost we're almost at the halfway, and I think that's when it's really gonna get interesting. We're really gonna see what players do pan out looking good. Other ones could see who be a bust, but I just know it's gonna be a crazy middle to back end of fantasy.
I can't wait. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Um, if you're not following us on social media, do so. We leave the link tree in here, so you can just click the link and see what's going on. If you're not following us, please follow us. Um, but yeah, that was a good show, Joey. That was a good show.
It was.
Can't complain. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, and we're gonna join VC. And until next time, folks. In the next episode, it was a pleasure and honor. We'll see you next week.